This is just AMZN for Friday, August 9th, 2019. Taking a look at how the 5-minute moved on Friday. Initially, we had a slight gap down that seemed to be moving up and put in this nice hammer candle up here, but just the wrong location, turned into even a reversal. This 5-minute candle was actually bearish engulfing, nearly a tweezer top, 9 cents away from that. And like I said, it took out not only the low of this candle, but the low of the opening candle, and it was a bearish engulfing. And then from there, we were moving down bearish quite a bit. Made a lower high from yesterday and made a higher low from yesterday, or from Thursday to Friday. So a little bit of an inside candle on the daily. Oops. There we go. A little bit of inside candle, which is a nice place to have this kind of a retest. Retesting back through this gap, and nice little place to have a bit of a rollover. But we are in this uptrend channel again, and we'll see if we can get going just to ride this up a little bit, ride the bottom edge of that channel. But we'll see. Gotta watch over the next couple of days if it's going to do that. Once we broke down here, there was a couple ways to play this. Bearish right down here, getting in bearish below the low here to about an R down to 1815, or the retracement and getting in about the same location around these highs and a stop up here. You would have had to be in a smaller time frame, maybe a 3-minute, to see a better risk to reward. Potentially getting in at like 1822 by, and having your stop up here at like 1826. So that's probably what the best you could have done on a 5-minute. But it worked. It moved bearish. Looked like it was going to get bouncing again off of 1815, but then broke through, recovered, and held really nicely. I think this was 4 cents off of tweezer top. So we had 9 cents off of tweezer top here, 4 cents off of tweezer top here. Just really great locations to see. We're really getting up here into the last couple of candles of the day. It's like, okay, how much more are we going to continue moving up? And it's like, no, it's just going to reverse. People are getting out because they're up, and it didn't just continue to rally from Thursday. Well, now here we are down here, and we've got 1815. That was a nice place to bounce yesterday, coming back, and it's not holding. And it's like, okay, let's see if we can reject it and roll over. And we did. We made some nice candles in here that were kind of saying, okay, this one, the low of the day, showing somewhat of like a little bit of a larger lower shadow than upper shadow. So not quite just like a high wave candle. It's still a high wave candle. It's just got a little bit longer of a lower wick here. And so this one was a little bit of a hammer, not as strong of a hammer. Indecision candle here. Looked like we're going to start to go. No, we're still below the 21. But we're going sideways through here. And we get right up to the 21, start to roll back down. A bunch of bears are loading in here. And then we just rally out of it. And this was a great place to get in bullish on a pullback. On this candle, almost came back to the 21 again, continued back up, moving back up into 1815, and just pushed right on through. And so this was a bunch of bears thinking, oh, well, I'll short it here, I'll short again. And they got probably stopped out if they're using stops, or they were just waiting, holding through a bunch of pain before it did actually roll back down. But then it just chopped around for the next like 2 hours until finally in the last 20 minutes or so of the day, it just broke down from there. And so you can see a lot of that, depending on the options you're looking at. Because we had some interaction yesterday with the 1815, if you just look at the 1850 calls and puts, it really tells a pretty good story of how you could have played things. So initially, getting into puts, this was way out of the money with the 1815 put, and it was only $3, at the low. And then as it actually broke past that morning star reversal, the evening star reversal on the stock, morning star reversal here, you actually had an opportunity right at $4 that I don't know would have filled, but you could have done something like 4 by, or maybe 450 by 350, and that should have worked. And that would have been just a really nice $100 risk, and just take that up to like 10 or something. Just let it run. And you could have really been buying at $3, at $4, at $5, at $6. I guess not quite at $7, but maybe over here. But it's like, okay, something shifted that it's rolling down here and not really recuperating, and it didn't, and then collapse more. and came right back down to the $3. But you still could have bought here, same as early on in the day, getting in 3x2 and getting out at 5 or so. And that worked a couple times. It worked one time, two times, three times, and then didn't work over here. So still, if you got, let's say you got 2R here and 2R here and 2R here, that's 6R, and you lose 1R, that's still 5R in the day. If you're playing the same thing, not looking at anything else, it's like, I just wanted my price zone, which is a valid way to trade. Just gotta pick when, which stock you're going to do. And if you're going to do something like this, go back and figure out, okay, is it coming to that level enough that, it's going to provide the, and then I'll be able to, set up the trade to just take it. Is that going to work enough to, only trade that or not? So anyway, got a bit of a rally into the close. Still, you could have gotten in 3x2 in the last 10 minutes, like this candle breaking down and then getting bought back up. And that was this in here, where we came right back up almost to the 21 and then failed and broke way down. And it kind of came into the same price where this started to break out here. And so it's interesting, we're interacting with this like 1808 price so much. And I think 1808, nope, it was 1806. So we're close to that price. So that's going to be an important price for a little bit to see if, the gap that we had, the island reversal price here, if we have something in here that's going to hold or going to, I don't know what. So we'll see if it continues to hold a gap here and goes on to the rally. If it does, this candle could be similar placement to like this one, and it's got to get a rally going pretty quick, get back up in that upward trend. Now in this case, this is the shorter uptrend. The bigger one is this one, and it doesn't actually get up to the upper line for a while, and really actually I don't think it touches it here. So it's something that's like, all right, going back, we need to really readjust all these. We're gonna leave them here now, and if something else lines up better, then maybe we can move something a little bit. But kind of looking back at what happened before when we were bouncing, we could totally do this. We could totally get a rally going and move up easily into the 21. I mean, it did that within a couple days with that bearish candle, got above the 21. All of it's still possible over here. So now if we go back and look at 5 minute and see, okay, well, it's going sideways down here. It's a matter of buying not the 1150 candle, because that was a bigger candle right at 1150, but waiting for the pullback and getting in. This is the 1815 call again, getting in like 2 by 1, something like that, and getting out at like 5 or 6. Right up here is this previous pivot up here. So that's 635, 638. So probably getting out at 6. We're sitting a little bit low below that. So getting at 2, getting out at 6, that's 4 right there. That's nice. But that was really the only significant bullish move, just because everything. Oops. This was really the only bullish move, just because everything was so bearish, and this is like a bigger S curve sort of thing. But yeah, we'll see if it continues up here, or if it does something and just stay sideways until we get into this price, and then see what happens. So that's coming up on the 14th. So that's maybe the 15th. So that's like Wednesday, Thursday this week. We'll see if we can just grind sideways into this and then get going one way or the other and just play the chart, trade the chart accordingly. So yeah, we'll see how that works. Let's see. So that was getting in at like 2 and getting out at like 6. This was getting in a couple opportunities, 3 and getting out at 5. Yeah, some good ways to play. Options expiration. These are all the weekly options expiring on Friday, on the 9th, and how things moved here. So take a little step back. If we come back a little bit more and take out this low, and it looks like it's breaking down, I mean, this would be an incredible rally to be bouncing off of, like this level or this level or something that it's pivoted at before and just roars. We'll see. We'll see if that's some sort of things happens or if we break down more, and we'll just plan on playing the chart and still, speculate, still trying to figure out, okay, what would I do in this case? But just letting the chart be the chart, and um, just kind of trading, um, not with what you want, but with setting up the trade that you want, your ideal setting, and just sitting back and waiting for it. And we'll see if we can find some of those and get those set up. But I hope this helps. Hope this makes sense for how we moved. It wasn't a total collapse of what we did on Thursday, but pretty big pullback on that. And so it just helps to go through and figure out kind of the framework it's singing. And this 1815 has just been really important lately. So we'll see if we get any sort of movement, or if we're going to just hover here. Because we did something like that in no man's land here, and we bounced back and forth between support and resistance here. This same price is kind of where we're at here. It's just better of, are we going to come right back into that? Are we going to stay a little low? We're going to make a little bit of a bigger triangle here. We're losing some bullish momentum, or I'm sorry, we're losing bearish momentum here. So we'll see really what can get going to the downside. If this is really just a rest, then yeah, look out for the low down here, 1665.27, and we can get going bullish. Look at some of these places that could be good resistance. Like 1880.05 right here, the 21 exponential. So there's things around to have as targets, and also watch out for if we're getting close to those levels. So we'll just be back with more videos this week to see how we could have traded it and get an idea of what we're looking for to get into soon. So like I said, I hope this helps. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.